everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to a rainy Sunday from Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. Starting to bring in from Boston. It's a Delta 767. I got excited, but it's just going to Cincinnati. It looked like it might have been like diverting here from Detroit, and I kind of got excited, but it's not. It's just going to Cincinnati. Cincinnati got a nice diversion yesterday. The Cargo Lux Retro out of Indianapolis diverted into Cincinnati. That would have been pretty cool to see. I think it was down at Rickenbacker during COVID, and I didn't make the trip down to see it. Chris is asking, how's Cleveland's airport today? Well, cloudy and probably soon to be damp. We definitely have some rain moving in over the next couple of hours. It is a little windy up here today as the CRJ touches down. Love meeting people up here. I think the guy who was just up here was a United pilot. So, got to meet a few pilots over the years. Mostly with Frontier. I haven't picked up any United pilots yet, so hopefully meet some of our local pilots based here from the United crew base. A lot of people up here today probably waiting for the JetBlue. I don't believe that livery has been here before. Like Delta's pushing back. Should be flight 715, A320 heading down to Atlanta. Robbie is here today. Happy Sunday Fun Day. Well, hope you're doing well. One of the last Sundays without football. Deshaun Watson, I saw, said that he would like to stay in Cleveland, to the collective groan of probably everybody who's a Browns fan in the area. But we'll see what happens. I have a feeling that he's probably going to start out really hot and the Browns will win like their first 4 or 5 games. And the Haslams will forget and re-sign them long term. That's usually how things go around here. This JS Radio says, send a DM on Instagram whenever you get a chance. I'll take a look. Chris says, any good feedback for Breeze since I leave soon from Akron? If it's a A220, sit on the left side. You only have 2 seats on the left side, 3 seats on the right side. So you're guaranteed an aisle or window seat, which is kind of nice. They're a pretty nice airline. You'll have Wi-Fi. If you purchase it, you'll have Wi-Fi. Pretty comfortable seats. Not a bad flight. One thing I learned when I flew Breeze was that they started boarding about 15 minutes before the app said that they started boarding. So I actually almost missed my flight to Orlando. Because I had the red-eye flight when I went down for the Artemis II launch. I had the red-eye flight, had TSA pre-check, and got there about 25 minutes before my flight was supposed to board, and they were already boarding. So by the time I got through TSA, they called and said, "Hey, you're gonna miss your flight." And I'm like, according to your app, you haven't even started to board yet. So get there early. They did the same thing in Orlando, where they boarded about 15-20 minutes early. So hopefully that holds true for everyone's flight. I'm sure there's some times where they're late, but something I learned on Breeze was they get there early. Frontier. But they were a nice flight. They were fun. Flight crew was a lot of fun. Kind of reminded me a bit of how Southwest used to be with the very sarcastic flight attendants. So I enjoy my flights on Breeze. I enjoy flying out of Akron, Canton as well. A little less stressful than this airport could be, or a lot of other airports certainly as well. Not that Cleveland is Atlanta or anything like that, but Akron, Canton's pretty easy. has really been growing though. When they posted the numbers, I think Akron-Canton was up like 49% year to date from last year or something crazy like that. As Allegiant and Breeze have really grown down there. United has added some stuff. American has added some stuff. So Akron-Canton posting their strongest numbers since the AirTran days down there. So hopefully that continues. Delta heading out. We have a couple of private jets taking a runway. It looks like a Hawker. And the biggest downside to 24 left departures is that we got to deal with this building. So one private jet heading out, another one taking the runway. This one wasn't here very long. They must have just cleared customs. I like the Shamrock on the tail. United inbound. We'll stick with the private jet. Still waiting, speaking of United, we're still waiting for the Stars and Bars special livery to make an appearance. We haven't seen it yet, which is kind of surprising for a 737. Being a 737 base, we usually see the different 737s quite a bit. I know the Star Wars livery was here. It seemed like just about every week when that was around. We see the Star Alliance liveries. We see the Continental Retro quite a bit, but we haven't seen the new Stars and Bars livery yet. Hopefully we see that at some point soon. Columbus has got it, but we haven't seen it up here in Cleveland yet, so hopefully we see that at some point. Maybe we'll get lucky and the 787 will divert at some point. Another Frontier inbound. I believe this is the flight from Fort Lauderdale. There's a 76 show frequency right on the top there. You can expect to split this one for the north. So that's what we're going to 0.6. Juliet 6 Juliet, and it's needed to go wrap around Yankee there. Definitely looks like it may be raining at the end of the runway. I need to get a cover for this camera. I have one from the camera I usually use, but I don't have one for this one that I use for the streams. I need to get a cover for it. Hugh the Manatee over there, though, probably likes the rain. JetBlue on final, the Inspiring Humanity livery, Airbus A320 out of Boston, flight 640. First time visitor for this one here at Cleveland. I see a lot of people are hanging out waiting for that aircraft. We should have the UNCF Our Commitment livery for Alaska here a little bit later on this afternoon. Maybe this flight will delay and we can drive over and get a picture of them together. It actually might be pretty neat. JetBlue rolling out, flight 640 for JetBlue out of Boston. Glad to see that they've upgraded to the A320 on that flight. Usually it's the A220. They've also added JFK and Fort Lauderdale this year for JetBlue. Brought Fort Lauderdale back for the first time in quite a while. That's an early morning flight and then a late night arrival on the A320. And then there's JFK in the morning. I think it's on the 220. Frontier taxiing out wide so they can let the one that's taxiing out pull out of their gate. There's the other one. Got a United 737 holding short of runway 24 left for its departure. That'll be flight 1488 for United heading to Orlando. Frontier 2410 out of Atlanta, going north of a storm near Beechwood, about a minute or two out. There's the 737 heading down to the House of the Mouse, Orlando International Airport. Disney in August, probably not the time I would go, but I guess you have to go when you can, right? Starting to rain up here. So as the United lifts off, I don't want to point the camera too much into the rain just because we'll spend the rest of the day trying to keep the lens dry, so we won't really follow it too much as they head to Orlando.
Sequence behind American, you'll be number 2, continue the taxi. Number 2, flight 2998.
Sorry about that. I put a bag over everything and I must have bumped it. Frontier, here the Manatee on their way to Tampa. Apologize for the little bump there. The rain is starting to come down. I hope it doesn't get much heavier though. We'll have to shut down for a little bit.
2818, contact departure, see now.
Looking at the radar, it looks like a short shower. We'll try to power through it, but I just don't want to make sure everything gets too wet. I want to make sure nothing gets too wet.
Roger, your service for 124, cross the shirt, Catalan 3000.
The one Frontier heading out. We got the flight inbound from Atlanta. The Frontier base. JSS Radio, your company's doing well today. The base is booming. Lots of Frontier today. Frontier rolling out Delta on the takeoff roll. Looks like the rain is letting up. It looks like it's starting to get kind of bright again over off to our west. And they're on their way to Minneapolis. Normally I will pan and follow the jet's a little longer on departure, but just trying to not point the lens straight into the rain. Frontier has pulled into the gate. Again, I apologize for the little bump we had there. So NetJet's on final, a Challenger out of Atlantic City. There is a Falcon 2000 over the lake. I'm not sure if they're coming in here, if they're going over the Burke. And then Delta Connection 24, Delta 2545 from Atlanta.
Contact 135.1.
The only one is here today. I hope you're doing well. It's getting wet today. I don't need a shower. Won't need to take a shower tonight. I'm getting my weekly shower, right? Just kidding. It's definitely coming down though. We might get a rainbow here in the next couple of minutes because it looks like it's brightening up to the west. Maybe. Gotta feel bad for the ramp rats that are out there today, all of our ramp agents that are working with these airplanes as the rain goes in and out. Working in all weather. The rain might be kind of might feel good if you're working hard and sweaty. Those guys out in the winter. I always feel bad for those guys when they're out there loading and unloading airplanes and it's about 10 degrees out. Thank those guys for everything that they do. Keep these flights moving. And that jet's inbound from Atlantic City. The rain has ended. We're back to regular action. As soon as I get the umbrella out, the rain stops. American Eagle heading to Philly. So the rain has let up here, so we should be good to go now. Guess we're not going to get that rainbow. But that's okay. It looks like that Falcon is inbound, a Falcon 2000, passing over downtown. Meanwhile, Delta is inbound from Atlanta. $737-900. Guardians, I think, play, I don't know if they're playing now, if they play a little bit later on today. MLB trade deadline tomorrow. So hopefully they do something to add a little bit of offense. Guardians have been playing like, you know what, the last couple of weeks. Big news, of course, is that the Detroit Tigers traded Terry Skubal to the Dodgers. Davis here said it's clearing Boardman right now from the looks of it. We got these like little just scattered stuff moving through right now. There's a lot of heavy showers between like Toledo and Cedar Point when I was looking a little bit ago, but it's kind of like these little like pop-up short lasting showers we're just kind of moving through right now. Nothing severe or anything like that. Southwest 1813, 737 MAX out of Chicago Midway over the lake, about 6 minutes out. United 464 out of Fort Myers. Haven't got my makeup rainbow shot. There was one last summer. That was just an absolutely brilliant rainbow. I was at the other end because I think we had a 777 departure or something that day, so I was down at the other end. And I know a few people were over here and just got these amazing shots of, you know, airplanes coming in with the rainbow behind them, just unbelievable shots. So every time we get that kind of weather like that, I'm just always hoping for a makeup shot, but haven't got it yet. Maybe someday. We got a couple of heavy jets expected in this week, as we got a Falcon inbound. Falcon 2000. We got a couple of heavy jets expected in this week with the Hall of Fame game Thursday night down in Canton. The Arizona Cardinals versus the Carolina Panthers. So from what I'm hearing, they should be here on Tuesday or Wednesday. The Carolina Panthers are believed to be coming in on an American 777. The Arizona Cardinals, I thought were coming in on their 777, but for what it sounds like, since the NFL is paying for it, they may be coming in on an A350, so possibly a Delta A350. Obviously, as I find out more, I'll let you guys know on Instagram, like when that stuff's coming in, what it's going to be. But they should come in probably Tuesday or Wednesday. Slight chance they'll come in tomorrow, but I'm hearing Tuesday or Wednesday. They'll come in, and then the teams will do the Hall of Fame stuff. They'll play the game Thursday night. The planes will reposition from here to Akron-Canton, more than likely probably on Thursday. And then they'll leave after the game. And we have a possible government visit next weekend. As I find out more, I'll let you guys know, but a pretty rare government aircraft is expected next weekend. As long as things don't change. Which, of course, with that type of aircraft, things could change. It could also come in late at night. But we'll see what happens. And we'll also have to keep an eye on things to see if Dubai 1 makes another appearance at any point. So a pretty big week. We'll see. Again, I'll definitely let more out as we find out more, as stuff starts to get kind of confirmed. I don't work for the airport or any of the FBOs, but I know a few people that do. Kind of like to try to ask questions to find out what stuff might come in. But obviously all that could change. But we'll definitely get the heavies for the Hall of Fame game. And then hopefully we'll get something for the flyover, probably down at Akron-Canton, probably on Wednesday. But I haven't heard yet what's going to be doing the flyover. So if it's something that's going to be coming in and spending the night, it'll probably come in on Wednesday. If it's something like, you know, let's say a B1 or a B2 that doesn't land, it'll probably come in and just do the game. Of course, that flyover very easily could just be a C-130 out of Youngstown or the Chinooks out of Akron-Canton or something like that. But as I find out more, I'll let you guys know. I don't know anyone at Akron-Canton who works for the FBO, so I don't have the scoop down there. I sometimes get information here, sometimes get information in Columbus. Most of the time, you just pop up on jet tips. That's usually how I know, but we'll see. Military usually doesn't pop up. You usually just kind of gotta get lucky. Last year, someone I knew that worked at Akron Canton did tip me off on the Ospreys that went through, but a lot of times with the military stuff, pretty rare to actually get any details on them. Dave says the Guardians are playing right now. I don't know why I didn't get an update on my phone. Usually it pops up. Oh, there they are. Hey, they're winning 5-0 over the Diamondbacks. Got another business jet inbound. These must all be coming in for the Hall of Fame game. Akron Canton will get a lot of them for the game. A couple of years ago, they got a really cool Pan Am livery private jet out of Smyrna, Tennessee. Maybe they're Panthers fans and they'll come in. I doubt it. They're probably Titans fans, but we need to see that one again. United 737 in the background, I see taxiing out. FlexJet Embraer sitting over there. Even aviation. I never say your name. My tongue does not work today. So what's your opinion on props and pistons out of 10? It's a nice little show. I mean, it's not a big show or anything like that. It's bigger than the one at Lorraine, but it's not like a big show. It's not as big as the Maps Air shows were that they used to have at Akron Canton in the early 2000s, but it's still not a bad show. They got a few aerobatic acts that'll come in. The F-16 Viper demo, that'll be the headliner for sure. And I saw today they announced they're getting a P-51. So I wonder if they'll do the heritage flight with the F-16. I'm not sure where the F-16 will be staging out of, though. I'm assuming Akron Canton, but maybe he'll stage out of here. I guess I could always message FEMA and find out, but that'll be the highlight of that show. Will be the F-16. Although for me, the highlight's the Goodyear blimp, and there'll be 2 Goodyear blimps at the Props and Pistons this year on Sundays. So that's always a highlight for me, is the Goodyear blimps. But I know the TBM Avenger will be there. I know the C-17 won't be there though. The C-17 had to drop. I don't know if the show has officially put it out there yet. But the C-17 will not be there. Sounds like they're going to be getting deployed. I know a couple of guys on the C-17s. Sounds like they're being deployed. The Wright-Patterson C-17s, I don't think have been to any of the air shows this year, including their own down in Dayton, with everything going on overseas. So I don't know if the show has officially put it out there yet that it won't be there, but everything I hear says it won't be there, which is unfortunate. But that's the danger to anything extra coming in for the military. Outside of the demo teams, if anything extra comes in or is scheduled to come in, they're certainly, subject to being, pulled away if there's something that's going on. We had that a couple of years ago at the Cleveland Air Show. We were supposed to get the F-35 and they had to cancel due to operational reasons. So, but Props and Pistons is a nice show. It's really chill. So it's not as stressful to get in and out of and all that as like a lot of your air shows. So it's not a bad day. Definitely gets backlit if you're into that, but it's not a bad show for sure. Usually has some food trucks and vendors and whatnot on site. But for me, the highlight's the blimp. You know, we're lucky to have a Wingfoot 1 based here in Akron, and Goodyear rotates the ships through for their maintenance. So just about every year we've had at least 2 of the airships here. Right now we have California's Wingfoot 3 in town for its annual. Wingfoot 1, I think, should be coming back probably tomorrow or Tuesday. It's out of Chicago for Lollapalooza. Ooh, I can't talk today. But they should have 2 blimps at the air show, which is always cool to see. Wingfoot 2 is in New Jersey. I was wondering if they may bring it over here and have all 3 of them in town again, but I don't think they will. But it is unusual to see the Pompano Beach-based Wingfoot 2 this far north and not come in, so we'll see if they do come in or not. But that's our hometown prize. Always a lot of fun to see the blimps, and always a highlight of that show for me. Southwest 1506, 737 MAX 8 inbound from Denver should be turning over downtown. United might beat them, 464 out of Fort Myers. We also have a private jet center citation out of Quincy. That's about 5 or 10 minutes out. FlexJet taking the runway, then 2 United 737s are behind them. There's a FlexJet.
Hold short of Lima.
So our first United 737 is about to line up for departure. This one has a beak on it. The old livery radome on the nose makes it look like they have a beak. The United in the back flight 780 will be heading to Washington Dulles. This aircraft, I think, is heading to LAX. Flight 67 up. It's not flight 679, that would be a MAX. I'll take a look to see where this 737 is heading. It's United 1892, possibly. I'll go back and take a look. That United was flight 1545, 737-900 heading to Houston. See, Southwest has pushed back. United should be taking the runway. We got the sun out here for the first time in a little bit. I have my phone back now, so I have Flight Radar 24 back up. I can tell you what everything actually is. Or you can look down below with the AirNav flight departure information down below. Really cool website if you haven't checked it out. Gives you more information on what all the different aircraft is. Thank AirNav for all their help with the live stream. Here's Southwest. There is an option to actually put the radar on the stream as well. I had that at one point, but it takes up a pretty decent amount of the screen, or it's too small to be able to look at. So I may need to play with that a little bit at some point just to kind of put it back, but I should hire a co-host as someone just to run the radar. Got a ARF truck sitting over here by Southwest. Hopefully everyone's okay over there. That's United 780 heading to Washington Dulles on that 737-900. We got a private jet charter citation over downtown out of Quincy, about 2 minutes out. United Express 3616 out of Newark, E175 is 25 minutes out. American Eagle 4389 out of JFK is about 40 minutes out. We got a SkyQuest Learjet out of Atlanta is about 40 minutes out. United 1502 about to take off from Chicago. United 1084 out of LAX is about an hour out. Alaska 216, another special livery for us today. The UNCF honoring those who serve special livery is 1 hour and 11 minutes out. So do you think any other demo team will come to Props and Pistons next year? Next year, don't know. I mean, I know a couple of guys on the committee for that, and they certainly try to request everything. They won't get the Blue Angels or Thunderbirds. Just the air show box around the airport just is nowhere near big enough. You got a lot of neighborhoods and stuff like that around it. But they do request whatever they can get. So the Navy really cut back this year on demos. The Growler accident certainly did not help things any, but the Navy really cut back. So even the Rhino demo hasn't done too much this year. The 35 demo hasn't done too much. So we'll see what happens with the Navy. But I know they request everything. So we'll see what they get when the ICAST convention happens, usually in I think in February, late January, early February. So it's usually kind of when we'll find out. But hopefully they're able to get more next year. T.I. Bet VT said raining pretty good again at the Tribe game. Yeah, they're probably dealing with the rain that we were dealing with a little bit ago. Right now the sun is out. It is getting a little dark off to the west again, but for the time being, looks like we're in pretty good shape. So hopefully it's a short shower for him over there. Hey, it's our airplane. It's got the color scheme for my channel. Heading to the runway now. I wonder if they're Ohio State fans or something with that livery. There's like a stripe maybe on the nose as well, or not on, maybe not on the nose, but like in front of the window, maybe. Could be an optical illusion, I guess, but. New livery on that aircraft over there.
You're behind Southwest, you come out of the tower. West, get over the tower.
Private jet heading out southwest, two Southwest taking the runway. Here's our private jet. One taking the runway, one lining up behind them. So as the private jet charters aircraft is inbound. Actually, I apologize. The second Southwest was the one that's pulling into the gate. Frontier will be lining up behind Southwest. So Southwest heading to Orlando.
Departure, radar contact, I'll maintain 14,000.
Frontier Flight 4639 lining up for departure. just the coyote. They're on their way to Las Vegas. Actually, no, I don't think that's right. Southwest up the ramp. I hear the cicadas are out now. That was flight 4639 for Frontier. They're on their way to Denver. JetBlue 640 should be pushing back soon. The Inspiring Humanities A320 will be heading back to Boston here at about 4 o'clock. American Eagle 4949 will be pushing back for Chicago. Frontier 4117 A320 Neo will be heading to Myrtle Beach. Frontier Flight 3452, I think this is JS Radio's aircraft. They're heading to Fort Lauderdale. Popped up live, should be pushing back soon. Hope you have a great flight down to Fort Lauderdale here in a little bit. United Express 3616 is inbound from Newark, about 8 minutes out. Take a look at our weather. We do have a pretty good cell to our west. It may clip us, it may miss us. It's heading northeast. We're going to hit the very bottom of it, I think. But we'll keep an eye on that. It's moving through Elyria right now. Looks like the storm that's affecting downtown should be moving out soon. Lots of just kind of light showers moving through. The heavy stuff is moving up into London, Ontario. So we'll keep an eye on it. It may clip us, it may miss us. It's going to be really close to the shower that's going to be moving through. JS Radio says, gonna board the plane, I think. Talk later. We'll have a great flight. Enjoy your time down in short time down in Fort Lauderdale today. Hope it's a smooth flight. No turbulence, and passengers that have no needs and just sit quietly in their seats and don't need any help with their luggage, and just a nice smooth flight for you. Samuel's here from Indianapolis. I hope you're doing well today. I got some friends in Indianapolis this weekend. They're out there, I think, for a trading card convention or something. That's a great city. I've been out there many times doing the band route as a performer and as a band director. Many years out at Indianapolis for Nationals and DCI and all that. Really cool city. Been to the race a couple of times as well. Dave says there's another band over Lorraine moving towards you. I hope it misses us. It's gonna be close. Presto says that the F-22 take off from Hopkins for the air show, and it should. It has in the past. It should be here at Hopkins. It could go to Youngstown or it could go to Toledo, but the last few years it's been here. So talking to a couple of the guys I know who work over there, they said it should be here. So we should see the 22 stage out of here this year. I always recommend, if you're coming up to the air show, make sure you spend a day here. Especially if the Thunderbirds are in town, because the Thunderbirds will stage here. But This year with the 22 and all the heavies will be here. The KC-46, KC-135, and C-17 for the demo teams. Those aircraft should all be staging out of here. So I always recommend, if you're coming for the air show, come up to Hopkins for a day if all that stuff's in town. It's pretty cool seeing the F-22 in the pattern, I'm not gonna lie. A couple of years ago when Raz Larson was flying it, he did a few touch and goes. It was pretty cool to see. Air Canada Jazz 648 taxiing out for departure, heading to Montreal. Embraer E175. As far as our heavies tonight, FedEx and UPS both will be here not till about 6:30 or so. There's some weather moving towards the East Coast, so hey, you never know, right? Just taking a look at the radar for Newark. And definitely some weather to the west, kind of moving to the Philadelphia area. I don't know if it'll lead to any diversions or anything, but we'll certainly keep an eye on it. Earlier this week, or last week, we had two 777s divert in from Newark for United, so we'll keep an eye on things. Don't think it'll happen today. I don't see any severe warning stores really moving that way, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Runway 24 left for takeoff.
Then Aer Lingus as well will be here, I think about 7:30 tonight. Whoa, sorry about that. We'll probably be rained out of here by then, though. The rain is becoming more frequent looking at radar. I've seen a lot more of the little pop-up cells. We actually are under a flood watch today, so we'll probably be rained out before then, but we'll go as long as we can. Jazz heading to Montreal. As Air Canada heads out, American Eagle is taxiing out for departure. Should be flight 4949 to Chicago O'Hare, CRJ 700. Airport I need to get back to at some point. It's been a couple of years since I've been out there. Need to take the trip back to O'Hare. Don't know if it'll happen this year, but need to make the trip out there for sure. United Express out of Newark on final.
Radar contact, maintain 14,000, to right heading 010, expect direct pink flight.
And the CRJ taking the runway. Don't know if we'll get to do any more trips this year. Money's pretty tight. It's kind of the last minute trip to DC really kind of tapped me out on funds. So we're trying to get caught back up. We've got a couple unexpected expenditures over the last couple of weeks as well. So I think the spiders in my wallet or the cobwebs are probably hungry as well. But I don't know if we'll get to make any more trips this year. I was hoping to go to maybe to either JFK or Dulles for UN week. Or maybe Houston for the Houston Air Show. I don't know if it'll happen, but may kind of have to hold off. I'm kind of keeping an eye on. There's an air show at Kennedy Space Center in November that's kind of interesting. We'll see if they end up announcing more though. It's an Air Dot Show event, which if you know anything about air shows, aren't always usually the most organized events. We'll kind of put it lightly, but we'll see about that show. I know we're supposed to have the Thunderbirds, but we'll see what else they announce. If they get like the Starfighters down there, maybe we'll go. Or maybe something like the WB-57 or something like that, but don't know if we'll really get to make any more trips this year. We'll definitely be at Cleveland for the air show. United Express is inbound. So the plan right now is to be downtown Thursday for arrivals. Friday, probably will live stream practice day again. I gotta find a good place to do it though, because the DoubleTree is closed and I don't know if the parking deck is gonna be open to the public this year. Could do it from the pier, but they closed a lot of the pier off and they have the Good Time 3 there. And so when the boat isn't there, it's okay, but when the boat is in the area, you really can't see the airport from the pier, so it's not really a great spot to live stream from. So we'll have to kind of figure that out. It'll be a good spot for arrivals though. Saturday, I think I'll be here. Sunday, I'll be at the air show. Monday, I'll probably go back to the air show. I've been doing like one day where I'll go into the gates and do the videos, and the other day I'll just do photography from outside of the gates. That might be Monday. And then get to departure, since the Blue Angels will leave Monday, and then I'll probably go back downtown and hang out somewhere for departure day on Tuesday. But part of that depends on what all shows up. I know I'm pretty sure the C5 will be there from talking to those guys. Kind of a lot of it depends on what all actually ends up showing up. With everything going on overseas, a lot of the military stuff has been canceling other air shows. So if things continue, we may see those cancellations start to affect Cleveland as well. Hopefully not, but we'll have to kind of wait and see how things go. There are a decent amount of civilian acts at the air show this year, so at least we'll have that going for us. But yeah, the DC trip was definitely a last minute, not really planned thing that I ended up doing, but it was definitely worth it to see the B2s and the new VC-25 and everything. But we'll see. I think the G20 conference is in Miami in December, and it's kind of worth maybe going down for that. That might be far enough away that we might be able to plan it, but we'll see. But still lots of stuff going on. We've got the Props and Pistons Fest in a couple of weeks. We've got the Cleveland Air Show here in about a month. And we'll have the charters that'll start coming in for the NFL, the NCAA charters down in Columbus. Probably do a live stream up in Detroit. Probably do that here soon, like maybe in the next couple of weeks. We'll try to go up and do a live stream in Detroit. Kind of actually thought about it today, but with all the weather, it just wasn't really. I tried doing a live stream in Detroit a couple of months ago, and it was like a really misty, rainy, kind of miserable day, and I didn't want to go through that again. So maybe the next couple of weekends we'll go to Detroit and do a live stream. Need to go do one in Columbus. It's been a little bit since I've been down in Columbus. I'm still trying to get that E4 in Dayton. I needed to meet someone who works on the E4s who is willing to let me know just one time when that's actually supposed to be down there. It's down at Wright-Patterson, I swear, like 3 or 4 times a week, but just never on a day when I'm going down there. So but it's always fun to go down for the Air Force Museum. Samuel said, would love to see Indy get a plane spotty stream. It just doesn't seem busy enough. I don't know. You guys get some cool stuff, though. You got, some international flights down there. The FedEx hub would be worth streaming just to see the MD-11s and everything. I've heard that's not a friendly place to spot, though. That's what I've heard. I've never spotted at Indianapolis Airport. I've been to Indianapolis Airport, but I've never actually spotted there. But you guys get some really cool stuff. The Cargo Lux 747 that you guys got yesterday would have been really cool to see. I've heard it's not a friendly airport to spot at, though, but I don't know if that's true or not. If it is, like if I could go to the parking garage or something like that and hang out and wouldn't have to worry about being kicked out or something like that, I would make the trip, because it would be worth it to see the MD-11s for FedEx and all the heavies for that, and the international flights that go through. Guys randomly get some cool stuff, especially if Chicago's getting weather. I feel like you guys get about 50% of the diversions and the other 50% go to Detroit. You get some cool stuff down there. JSR Radio says, I'd love to come hang out sometime during the stream. That would be awesome. Come on out. I would love that for sure. Dave says, I wish they could bring in a Hurricane Hunter plane. That would be so cool to see. That would be really cool to see. I would love to see one. What else I would like to see, I think it'd be perfect for the Cleveland Air Show. Hard to do, though, with everything going on, but I would love to see him bring a Super Scooper out. Like bring one down from Ontario or Quebec or something like that. And do a demo with one of the CL415s. You could scoop up water in the lake and then come over, dump it on the runway or something. I think that would be really cool. I know those guys are super busy. There's some big fires in Spokane right now. There's some big fires in Oregon. Obviously, Canada's got a lot of fires, so those airplanes are into high demand, so I understand probably why they would never come, but I think that would be a really cool demo. Hurricane Hunter would be a really cool demo. I like to see things that are different. I enjoy, the fighters that come through and whatnot, but I like the really unique stuff. That's what I go for air shows for. Like Toledo got the E3 last year. That was really cool to see. I know a lot of people go for the fighters, and the fighters are a lot of fun to, photograph and whatnot, but I like the unique stuff that comes through. That's what gets me to go to the air shows. Like seeing the snowbirds in Columbus was really cool, and I was supposed to go to Thunder over Michigan for that show, but we had some things come up. But I like the random stuff you don't see everywhere. Sam, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate your support. Really does mean a lot. But anything unique would be, that you don't see. You don't see bombers very much anymore. We haven't had a B-2 in Cleveland, I think, since the 90s. I don't remember the last time we had a B-52. We had a B-1 back in somewhere in the 2000s, I think. There's pictures on airliners.net of the B-1 landing here, which would be really, really crazy to see. I don't know if they would land here ever again, but that was pretty cool to see. But we don't see bombers that much. This is the first time we'll have a KC-46. But I like to see kind of more of the unique stuff. Dayton had the RC-135 last year as a static display, and that was really neat. So yeah, I like to see the unique stuff, the stuff you don't see all the time. The one airplane I don't understand why Dayton doesn't get the E4 at the air show. Just to do a couple of passes. They'll be at, obviously, their home show at Offutt Air Force Base. And there's one or two other shows I saw the E4 popped up at. Maybe London? I thought there was one other one I saw where they popped up at. They're going to do a flyby. The 747, the Doomsday plane, the SecDef airplane. But I don't understand why the Dayton Air Show never gets that as a static or a flyby, because they have a reserve crews based at Wright-Patterson. That airplane's down at Wright-Patterson a couple of times a week. Actually, on Saturday, during the Dayton Air Show, the E4 came in and landed at Wright-Patterson. And they said, man, I wish they would have brought that over just to do a couple of flybys. Like, seeing that airplane up close would be really cool. It does some air shows, but Haven't seen it at Dayton, which really surprises me. NetJet's heading out for departure. Not sure where it's heading. A Challenger 350. It's like American Eagle 4758 should be pushing back for LaGuardia. As we're kind of into a little bit of a dry spell here, not too much going on. Our next inbound flight, American Eagle 4389 out of JFK. That aircraft is about 10 minutes out. NetJet's heading out. Not sure where they're going. I'm going to assume down to their headquarters at Columbus Glen, but it wasn't popping up when I took a look a minute ago. But definitely Cleveland for you. We have, if you're here on Friday, we had spells where there was nothing going on, and then we had spells where we had like 10 airplanes lined up for departure. It just seems like it goes in spurts. It's kind of like a normal Taco Bell meal, I guess, the after effects, where if it's a normal Taco Bell meal, it comes in spurts. But we don't quite get the parasite. No, I'm just kidding. I'll get that disgusting thought out of your head. How are you? Well, it definitely goes in spurts up here. Frontier should be pushing back soon. So United Airlines Flight 1892 pushing back from the gate 737 MAX 9 will be heading over to Newark. Southwest 4510, one of the MAXs should be pushing back, heading to Phoenix. The other Southwest MAX will be heading to Las Vegas, so a couple of desert flights for Southwest today. Over in Frontierland, Colorado to Bighorn Sheep, Flight 3916 will be heading to Orlando. Frontier 4117, Hunter to Bobcat will be heading over to Myrtle Beach. Frontier 3452, I think this is JS Radio's flight. Finn the Oceanic White-Tip Shark, A321neo, will be heading to Fort Lauderdale. And Hamburg to California Condor, the one that we're focusing on right now. It's an A321neo, and it came in from Cancun's over the customs gates. Hi.
Why do you have that on your shirt?
It's just a microphone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so these two guys were running an e-bike on and then just got pulled over.
Oh no. I feel like you see that a lot where people get pulled over.
Yeah, I saw 10 cops earlier over here. And then more e-bikes were just showing up here and then
Oh wow. You see some crazy things. I was here, there was an accident a couple of years ago and I was up here and someone like took off and started running. It was like right over at this intersection. See some crazy things sometimes. JS Radio says, I used to live in Michigan, and so I've gone to the Battle Creek Air Show a lot. That's always a good air show. One I don't mind getting to at some point. It's a camcorder hooked up to an encoder for live streaming. Joseph says, I saw the water drop demo at the Cleveland Air Show in the early 70s. Wish I would have seen. You guys got to see some cool stuff back in the day. The Blackbird used to be here. Concorde, Air Force One did a flyby, I think. All to go back in time. Presto, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Yes, radio says, what gate is that on? If it's 10, we are delayed. We start boarding at 4:30. I'm looking at, the one I'll have on the stream is at Alpha 9, I think. I think I see your airplane, though. I know 10's on the other side. Yep, I think that's your airplane. Start boarding at 4:30 down to Fort Lauderdale. I think that's your airplane.
You know that the Cleveland Air Show's not happening no more
They'll have it this year.
this year?
They're supposed to have it next year. We'll see what happens, but we'll see.
To socialize with everybody.
That's okay.
She's actually autistic.
Hey, that's okay.
Yeah, she's very curious about stuff.
Yeah. I used to be a band director,
Oh, really?
so had a lot of kids,
Yeah.
you know, with, you know, different interests and things like that. And
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah. She sees you out with the camera and stuff. She's like, oh, what's going on over there? That's
Just me today. Usually there's like 2 or 3 guys up here like on TikTok, but I haven't seen them today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you do, like YouTube and stuff?
I do YouTube, yeah.
Yeah.
Does that come off?
Yep. You have to remember to take it off sometimes.
What is that?
So that controls the zoom.
Someone talking.
Yeah, that's the radio's hooked up for air traffic control. But yeah, you never know what you're going to see. But yeah, I'm on YouTube, so
Yeah. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
I'll do a hobby here.
yep, gets me out of the house
Yeah, yeah.
when the
That's a good spot, too, to watch.
yeah over here, and then I've been to the business park on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep. That's where we usually go, here or back over there.
yep, that's a good spot for when they're coming in the other way.
Hey, Dad!
American Eagle 4389 inbound from JFK. We have a Learjet out of Atlanta, SkyQuest Flight 26, Erie Shore 26. About 10 minutes out for the Learjet.
Come sit over here.
Bye.
Take care. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I think the Fort Lauderdale flight might be, I can't tell if they're getting fuel or if they're lining up to fuel it up. There's a fuel truck sitting over there for you.
267, maintain 3000, try left mid 330.
But another half hour or so to wait for boarding. It's never fun if you're waiting to get home or if you have a connecting flight somewhere. I went to JFK last year when they had the Pan Am flight. And it's just really crazy fog rolled in, and we were delayed for hours waiting for that fog to get out of it. Our inbound flight was coming in from Pittsburgh. They had a bunch of wind, and I remember I'm just like, I wish I had known more because I would have stayed at the hotel longer and spotted. So I just went up there and got the Pan Am flight was delayed too, and I'm like, this thing needs to leave before I needed to go back and go through security. And I ran from the hotel because you got to kind of run like through the terminal and everything to get over there. So I like ran to get over there, got through TSA. Only they have like a 3-hour wait. When I went to DC, I was actually wondering if I was going to get out of there. There's a lot of weather in the area, and a lot of diversions were coming in. I see the door open, the back door. There you are. There's JS Radio back there, back door on the Frontier. Out back there waving. Look at that. Rear door on the Frontier. There you are. I got this yellow truck behind me, so maybe you'll see me wave. American Eagle inbound from JFK, E175. Apparently the wind has picked up. I didn't really think it was that windy, at least down here, but they were definitely fighting the wind. It has picked up. I hear the trees in the background. So I wonder if the wind is starting to shift direction a little bit. It's coming from behind me. That has me a little bit worried because that was what it was doing on Friday. We ended up switching runways. But there is a lot of weather in the area, so we might have some shifting winds. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we stay on the 2-4s. Go back to our Frontier. There's a very angry seagull flying around too. Very short 26, a Learjet out of Atlanta on final. Not too much from a military standpoint. There's a C5 probably going to go a little bit south of us, but we won't see it due to the clouds anyways. He's at 37,000 feet. C-17 in the refueling pattern at 22,000 feet. I don't know if it's actually, if it's with the tanker and the tanker isn't squawking, or if it's just at 22,000 feet over Pittsburgh. But it's on the refueling track, so it might be getting refueled.
Next departing via Lima, Kilo, Juliet, 2 Juliet.
The United Airlines flight to Newark, the 737 MAX that was pushing back, still sitting over there. I wonder if weather is starting to become a factor in the New York area. I haven't seen any activity with JetBlue 640 either heading to Boston. So I wonder if weather is starting to play a little bit of a factor on the East Coast. Something to keep an eye on.
351.9 for the first. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. That dial up on way 29, as you get set up on the arrival, we'll be taking the station 0 miles diameter. You're a fairly stationary. East on east, very slowly moving. As you get closer, let me know if you want to go north and south of it.
That windsock actually looks like it's blowing almost straight down runway 28. I don't see the X on it. Maybe it's open today. It's had the X on it the last couple of times I've been up here. There's United, not really moving over there. So I wonder if the East Coast is starting to get stuck a little bit with their weather.
Java 3581, Cleveland approach, Jeffrey, and alternate Kinetic 69er, and set dial up, only through Florida.
Take a look at our weather just to see where we're at. That cell that we were talking about, very slow moving. I think it's just gonna clip us. Very slow moving cell to our north. All the heavy stuff is really to the north of us, over the Canadian border, going through London, Ontario. A lot of smaller stuff as well. There's a cell trying to form, it looks like, east of Norwalk. west of Lorraine. That, if it grows, will probably end up hitting us. It's very slow moving though. Still moving through Mansfield.
Gonna come in?
Next one is about, is it 10 minutes out?
So where is it right now?
Over Chardon.
Chardon. So it should be coming soon.
Yep. So we got a little bit of time.
Okay.
Pretty slow. There's a lot of airplanes that should be leaving, but
Is that one gonna leave over there?
yeah, it should be leaving any minute now, but they haven't moved since then. So I don't know. There's some weather in the East Coast, so they might be waiting for that. There's a lot of airplanes that should be leaving
What is
soon.
that?
It's a scanner.
Scanner?
Yep. Next inbound flight, American Eagle 5129 CRJ out of Philadelphia is about 8 minutes out.
8 minutes?
Yep. American Eagle 4, or United Express, sorry, try that again. Delta Connection 4975 out of JFK, 20 minutes out. Delta Connection 3581 out of Detroit is 15 minutes out. 3 CRJs inbound. United 1084 out of LAX is 25 minutes out.
So how long is that plane?
29 minutes out.
29
Yep,
right now.
for Alaska.
So which one is that?
This is Alaska.
Alaska.
And it's actually a special livery, so that'd be pretty cool to see.
Oh. So it's coming in right now? Or not yet?
About 20, 25 minutes or so. So we got a little bit of a gap before the next flight gets here. So another 10 minutes or so, it'll get busy. American Eagle E175 has pushed back as well behind the United. Heading to LaGuardia, they said they have some delays, so it definitely looks like we're dealing with some weather on the East Coast. C5 is going to go right over us, but we're not going to see it. Yep.
When is it coming?
Next one's about 7 minutes out, 6 or 7 minutes out.
Okay. Isn't that Delta one gonna leave over there?
They should, pretty soon.
Okay. Is people getting on it?
I would assume so.
Is that a touchscreen?
Yep. It's kind of a sticky one though, but kind of works.
Is that an airplane?
Yeah, that is that airplane. Yep. Lori is here today, so forgot to say hi. Well, hope you're doing well today. JS Radio says, believe it or not, the wind is amazing. I bet you guys got a little bit of a breeze in there with the wind. Hope your air conditioning is on. Wind is kicking up. So my whole crew was excited and waved when you did that. Well, that's awesome. I hope you guys have a great flight. So someone on here who's talking is on that Frontier over there. The one with the blue tail.
He's on that one right now.
Yep. And they should be leaving, they're boarding at 4:30, so probably about 5 when they'll leave.
So where does it say it?
Just had it up right here.
Oh. So they're leaving at 4:40?
Yeah, I think they said that they're late. They were supposed to have left earlier, but there's some weather that's kind of caused some delays. So it makes it record.
Oh. And then what does that button do, the one on the bottom?
Zoom in and zoom out.
Oh.
But yeah, they should be they're boarding at 4:30, so probably about 5 when they'll leave.
Okay.
We have some weather moving in, so we'll see what happens. But
It looks like Delta's moving. See,
oh yeah, you're right. Got a Delta Connection CRJ, not that one, the other one, pushing back.
How do you do that? they'll come out.
Yep.
Safety out there on Julius.
That is that one.
Okay, the one that's moving now.
So I'm going to put him in there first when he's ready, and then you'll be behind him on Julius 3.
So we get it unlocked here. CRJ pushing back for, I didn't look.
251.29, 3 miles.
Got a C5 just to the north of us passing over. Big military transporter, but with the clouds we can't see it.
Oh no, I kind of see it.
Delta connection 50 or 3559 is pushing back. That CRJ will be heading over to Detroit, about a 23-minute flight.
Which one is that? The plane?
So it's that one right in front of the tower. About a 23-minute flight to Detroit.
What is the other plane?
That's fine.
Are you
When is,
Yeah.
when is the other plane gonna come in?
Should be about any minute now. The wind has really picked up.
Yeah.
A couple of American Eagle E-175s and a United Express are pushing back. American Eagle, I believe, is headed to LaGuardia. So it's a tripod. So it kind of controls, allows you to turn it back and forth or up and down.
How do you
So those are the gears that make it either really easy to move or a lot harder to move, or even locks it into place. United is moving on their way to Newark, the 737 MAX 9. A couple of E-jets over there as well.
what is
Like a regional jet. Kind of a nickname for them. It's a that American over there is what's called an Embraer 175 or E175. So it's just kind of a nickname for it.
My so we're going on
Oh wow.
yeah, so we have to go home, pack your stuff, and then get on the plane. We board at 5:30.
Where you flying out to?
Well, I'm going to. But I can't like. Well, sometimes like I don't. Well, sometimes when I don't like how it goes.
Right. Landing, it depends sometimes on how your pilots do. Sometimes it's nice and easy, and sometimes Delta's heading to Detroit. But I've had a couple of flights where they come in and slam them down, and all the bins pop open. Watching the two that are taxiing out, I hope they're not switching the runways around on us. The American Eagle and the United. Maybe they're going over to the pad. United is 1892 to Newark. American Eagle is 4758 to LaGuardia. Maybe they're just going to park them on de-ice to wait, but I hope they're not going to be switching over to the 6s.
Are you talking to someone?
It's actually on a live stream, so talking to whoever's watching online. Or myself sometimes. I've had that too. Delta connection heading to Detroit in the CRJ.
Oh no, the wheel broke off of it.
I hope not.
That one right there, see if it's moving. What did it say on here?
Should be any minute. They're clear to land, so.
Where did that plane go?
This one is the one that's moving right there, so to the right of the tower.
Okay. So that one right there.
Yep.
Is this your truck?
Yeah. My old work truck.
Where's that jet?
I don't know if it's going anywhere, so they have a hangar over there, so that's who owns those airplanes, so they may not go anywhere.
Well, that one wasn't leaving. And then that one over there is just coming back from the
I don't know then. I know the Frontier, the one with the shark on the tail, the blue tail one, is heading to Fort Lauderdale.
So that one right there, they're using that plane?
Yep, and they're still over at the gate. The two Southwest, one is going to Las Vegas and the other one is going to Phoenix. Yep. You see it?
Yep.
3734, area of light modification, 12 o'clock, 10.
A couple of Uniteds are heading out, waiting on JetBlue 640 to push back. It is the Inspiring Humanities livery sitting over at the gate. Would have been a good time to go over and get a picture from the garage of that airplane parked right next to the garage. So the JetBlue gate is right next to the garage, and there's a special paint job on the airplane, one of the airplanes that's over there. We can't see it from here though. What was that? It is a Panasonic.
Does it work?
Yeah. Not at night, but it works during the day. Here, there it is. Here's American Eagle out of Philly, CRJ. So the wind has definitely picked up over the last 20 minutes or so as this weather has begun to move in. Delta Connection sneaking out on their way to Detroit. The wind is beginning to pick up. Nice job to the crews for getting that down.
What is the other plane?
Let me go back and take a look. A couple of airplanes pushing or taxiing out. United is taxiing out for Newark. Looks like they got out of the penalty box, if you will, the pad over there, heading out for Newark. American Eagle and a United Express E-175 in the background. This MAX 9 is on their way to Newark.
Please approach. Hello, step dial, 24 right, verify information kilo. For deviation, right of course approved, the send to maintain 11,000, one able to proceed direct to Leroy.
And American Eagle was flight 5129 out of Philadelphia.
Number 4975, 3 miles from shore, maintain 3,000, stop to road closet, cleared off, on 2 flight approach. 73 Juliet, contact young sun approach, 133.95. 437,
So as United takes the runway, Delta Connection out of Detroit on final.
3559, climbing 4,000 meters.
The second time in a row we've had dual runway action with our inbound and outbound flights. United on their way to Newark. A couple more airplanes taking the runway. We got United Express, Frontier, and Southwest all heading out. Southwest pushing back. don't know if it's the Vegas flight or if it is the Las Vegas flight.
Yes, sir.
United Express is flight 3575. They'll be heading over to Chicago O'Hare. Frontier is flight 4117. Nice to meet you. Frontier is flight 4117. They're heading to Myrtle Beach. Delta Connection 4975 on final out of JFK is CRJ 900. We have United 1084, a 737 MAX 8 out of LAX, about 10 minutes out for that aircraft. Both Southwest are pushing back now. One will be heading to Phoenix and the other one will be heading to Las Vegas. Been to Phoenix, never been to Las Vegas. Might have to do that someday. New flight, by the way, coming for Las Vegas on United a little bit later on this year. They bring that flight back. They're also adding Miami a little later on this year. Southwest will be adding Dallas Love, which was originally going to be a seasonal flight. They decided to make that a year-round flight starting, I think, in October, but a little bit later on this year. So the E-175 is heading out. We'll catch the Delta Connection CRJ. And as that aircraft rolls out, Frontier 4117 on their way to Myrtle Beach. Airbus A320neo. Ops doing a sweep on 28. I wonder if we might see some 28 arrival or departure as the wind begins to shift. Get back to the comments here in a second. As United heads out for the runway. Ooh, somebody's clear for the option. I didn't catch who it is. That could be something military. Someone's clear for the option. I don't know if maybe Kent State or someone's doing a touch and go, if there's something more interesting than that out there. But something is clear for the option, so we'll keep an eye on that. United 1084 out of LAX and Alaska 216 out of Seattle, both about 10 minutes out. The Alaska flight is a special livery. This is United 1892 heading to Newark. Must have got the flights wrong. The other one, I guess, was heading to LAX, so I must have got the United flights wrong. Something is clear for the option, though. We'll keep an eye on it. Maybe there's something military coming in.
Thank you.
I don't see anything popping up, but it doesn't mean that it's not out there. TWA 88 Tango is at Bravo 11. We'll hope we have a great flight. Heading to Phoenix. Elias is here, never been in a Cleveland live stream before. Excited to sit back and enjoy. Well, I hope you enjoy the stream. Hopefully the weather gives us a little bit more time to be out here. We do have some weather in the area. Dave is asking, have I ever been to the Maps Air Museum down in Green? And the answer to that is yes, many times. Actually was a member and a volunteer there in college. I really should rejoin. They have a lot of great stuff down there. I was down there just a couple of weeks ago when the Warbirds were in town. Every time I go, they get something new. They should be doing a dedication. They haven't done it already. They should be doing it soon for the Harrier. They acquired a Harrier earlier this year. I got some pictures of it when I was down there. But Maps is a fun museum to go to. It's not as big as the Air Force Museum or anything like that, but still got a pretty nice collection of both vintage and modern military aircraft down there. They have a Blue Angel A4, and they have the Goodyear Blimp Spirit of Akron's gondola on display down there that you can actually sit in, which is pretty cool. There are a couple of fighters you could sit in. I think you can sit in an F4 cockpit, I think it's an F4. I know you can sit in a MiG cockpit.
4117, frequency is 120.6.
Southwest heading out, both taking the runway 1 to Las Vegas, 1 to Phoenix.
Area of modest precipitation, 12 o'clock, 12 to 1 o'clock, and 10 miles, 5 miles in diameter. Moving eastbound.
Both 737 MAX 8s. If someone's at the parking garage, they might get a really cool shot here in about 15 minutes. JetBlue hasn't pushed back yet. The Inspiring Humanities livery will be parked next to the UNCF Our Commitment livery, so both aircraft kind of have a similar message. Alaska's about 10 minutes out, so if JetBlue hasn't moved yet, if someone's at the garage, they might get a pretty neat picture of those two airplanes together. Not gonna lie, I kind of wish I was over there. I'd like to get that picture myself. There's the other Southwest. United 1084 on final. This is Southwest 4510. They're heading to Phoenix. I heard her say something was clear for the option. Maybe it's over at Burke. But I keep checking to see if something's coming in. I wonder if it's doing touch and goes at Burke. Could be military, could be just general aviation as well. I just heard him say something was clear for the option in 24 right. Southwest is on their way out. United 1084, a 737 MAX out of Los Angeles on final.
Sure, South Clear by about 3,000, clear out, no, it's Redbird. Contact car, 100 again, 3
Back and take a look at our friends over at Frontier.
45 times clear departure, contact, not maintain 14 times. 216 clear the south, runway 24 right, clear land.
Hopefully JS doesn't forget to close the door before Frontier heads out. For their flight to Fort Lauderdale here in a little bit. Should be boarding here soon, almost 4:30. Alaska 216 turning final over downtown, 737-900. It's a special livery. The UNCF honoring our commitment livery. Only about 3 minutes out. United 1502 behind them, a 737 MAX 8 out of Chicago O'Hare.
510 for your deviations.
Not much going on with JetBlue. 640 is still live heading to Boston, but not much going on over there. United or American Eagle, sorry about that, 4758 to LaGuardia is taxiing out for departure. We should see that aircraft here in a couple of minutes. Take a look at our weather. The cell we were worried about is going north of us, so I think that cell's going to miss us. There's another cell behind it that's going to be moving through Elyria soon. We'll keep an eye on that one to see if it ends up impacting us or not. It's not a very big cell, so I think we'll be okay, but we'll keep an eye on it.
Southwest 3679, are you ready for AL?
440. We board now, 440. That's not good news though, you're pushing it back more. 440, Frontier will board.
Unanswered, say again. 1502, how does left look? I'll put you in between some moderate, or if you need right, what looks best for you?
There's American.
And 1502 deviation left of course to approved, when able, fly heading 150, trying to maintain 4,000. 510, I'll let you like that,
American Eagle, I believe, is heading, if I remember right, to LaGuardia. Yep, flight 4758. Alaska's on final. We want to catch that one. It's the special livery. Delta 880 out of Atlanta, 737-800, about 10 minutes out. And Alaska rolling out from Seattle. It must be Civil Rights Day today. We have JetBlue's Inspiring Humanities livery. That should be heading out any minute now. And then Alaska's Our Commitment livery. So it's we'll call it Civil Rights Day, I guess, here today.
Some modification developing about 5 miles east of Collapse, moving eastbound. On the arrival for CPR.
Yeah, I kind of wish I was over at the garage. We could get a really neat picture of that, but that's okay. I'd rather be live with you guys today. United 1502 kind of deviating from weather a little bit. That's our next inbound flight, a 737 MAX 9 out of Chicago O'Hare. 25 minutes out now, Frontier 33 from Punta Cana, A321. Have to wait a little bit after that, but we have American 650, 45 minutes out from Los Angeles. American Eagle 4909 from Chicago O'Hare. Looks like that aircraft should be departing soon. Southwest 3887 out of Phoenix is 54 minutes out. FedEx 792 should be departing soon from Memphis. Should be getting here around 6:30 or so. 767-300. And United 1934 out of Houston is about an hour and 45 minutes out. United 2172 soon to be departing from Newark. We got probably another 45 minutes or so on the battery, so we'll try to stay live as long as we can. Still want to keep an eye on that weather as well.
1502, contact 500.
JetBlue 445 departure now. We'll see if that slips back anymore. And American Eagle is on her way to LaGuardia. Down at Rickenbacker tonight, if you're in the Columbus area, getting one of my favorite registrations. Ukraine Air Alliance Antonov AN-12 will be coming in around 7:30. Uniform Romeo Charlie November Tango. There's the tail number for that one, URCNT. One of the great registrations out there. Due in around 7:30 tonight.
Descend and maintain 7,000. If you get closer, if you want to northbound, let me know. The 943 will go, one way, we'll let that be a Foxtrot river. Okay, I'll take your taxi to the airport, descend and maintain 4,000.
United on final, 1502 out of Chicago, about a minute out.
Turn right direct, thanks Lloyd, if you need deviations, let me know.
Well, it looks like we're not going to get the cool picture of JetBlue next to Alaska. That aircraft is taxiing now, flight 640, heading to Boston, the Inspiring Humanities livery. We actually might get them passing each other, though. You see Alaska, I believe, is behind the building still. So another special livery for us today. On I guess what we'll call Civil Rights Day. Or Be a Good Person Day or something like that. Yep, there's both of them in the same shot. Let's pull back. So look at that. We got the UNCF livery and the JetBlue Humanities livery in the same shot.
November 8, 139 Foxtrot, to the airport, are you going to the drive while they don't need me and then that Fuzzy?
I saw the United coming, but I wanted to get that shot. That was pretty cool.
clearance for Cleveland arrival.
United rolling out from Chicago. Looks like JetBlue may still be waiting for their clearance, so they're sitting on the ice pad. Special livery sitting over there. It's a kind of a neat shot of JetBlue sitting over there. Try to get a couple of pictures of it, but it's still pretty hazy with the heat. Delta Flight 880 should be turning over downtown soon. 737, 800, 3 minutes out from Atlanta. They always move when I check. They always move when I check the radar. It never fails. Gotta get a private jet heading out. I think this is that private jet charter, I think it was, that came in earlier today. And a private jet heading out.
If you get past now, I'll start putting you down.
So as the private jet heads out, JetBlue 640 holding short of 24 left for departure. The Inspiring Humanities livery. That's kind of nicer than to hold still there for a minute, so I can try to get a couple of actual photos of it sitting there.
65 to 63, turn right heading about 165 after departure traffic.
Got the other Delta flight taxiing out, and it looks like United in the background. JetBlue heading back to Boston.
Pittsburgh Jet 94, turn left for exit.
Got to thank them for sending a special livery during the day. Usually they've been sending them on the midnight flight. So glad to see one during the day. I believe the name of this aircraft is Blue Manatee.
Jet 94, like typically developing 10 miles north of Kids, 5 miles in diameter, good speed eastbound,
So JetBlue is heading out, and Delta 880 inbound from Atlanta. There they are. 737-800 for Delta Airlines, fighting the wind, getting down on T4 right. Meanwhile, we got two 737s lining up. Delta flight 1350, I think it was, 737-900 will be heading to Atlanta. And then United will be behind them.
Traffic, hold on position, waiting for you, ground point 7, the other side for you. 640, departure air contact, climb, maintain 9,000.
Delta 2545, I apologize, taking the runway for Atlanta. Behind them will be United 486 on their way to Denver.
Pittsburgh Jet 94, contact Cleveland Center 120.6. Good day. Before you turn right, direct Pink Floyd.
JR Radio, I hope I have enough battery to get your departure. If not, I'll at least film it for you. The encoder is down to about 34%, so we'll be close. If not, I'll get you with my my other camera. Maybe even drive over to the other side if we have to and get it lifting up. Get some better shots of departures over there. I need to start bringing my power pack. I have one at home that can power this thing really like for probably like 16 hours, but I need to start remembering to bring it. Delta's heading out, United taking the runway. I see an ambulance behind the United heading over probably to one of the gates. Hopefully everybody is okay.
There's traffic at 12 o'clock and 12, 8 miles westbound on 4,000 stop.
Ambulance looks like they're heading over towards Frontier. Hope everybody is okay over there. United heading out. The sun is coming out, but I definitely see some dark clouds off to the west.
Contact with code 125.5, great day.
The one cell we were worried about has moved on. There's some more showers behind it. We'll see if they end up moving through or if they end up missing us. But so far, outside of one rain shower earlier this afternoon and that knocked the stream offline for about a minute or two. We've missed all the rain. Frontier Flight 33 in Punta Cana, 11 minutes out. That's our next inbound flight. But thank you guys all so much for being here today. Really appreciate your support. Hope you guys are enjoying the live stream. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button down below. Looks like we're sitting at about 66 likes from what I'm seeing. The dashboard is a little delayed, but 70 likes. Trying to get at least to 100 today, so if you haven't done so already, hit that like button down below. And if you really like it, hit that subscribe button. Got lots of stuff coming up over the next few weeks. Only about 7 away from 59,000 subscribers, which is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys all so much for your support. Hit that like button. Okay, hit that subscribe button down below. Again, we'll have 2 heavies coming in this week for the NFL charters. One for the Panthers, one for the Cardinals. So I'll post on my Instagram once I know for sure when those are coming in. And then we should have something coming in for the flyover for Thursday night's Hall of Fame game. The next weekend, we may have another government executive charter coming in, from what I hear. Of course, that could change, but if it does come in, I'll certainly try to let you guys know. Don't know when Dubai 1 will be back. Hopefully at some point soon. So I'm not 100% sure what's coming in. I just heard that there may be something coming next weekend. Lots of stuff to look forward to. We got the Props and Pistons Festival at Akron Fulton Airport on August 16th and 17th. That'll feature the F-16 Viper demo team. So a really neat event they'll have down there. Really small air show, so you might get some really good stuff with the Viper. Be cool to see an F-16 ripping around the skies near the Goodyear Air Dock. 2 Goodyear blimps will be there as well. And then just about a month away, hard to believe, from the Cleveland National Air Show Labor Day weekend at Burke Lakefront. Hope to see everyone down there for the air show. And with Burke's future kind of up in the air, maybe a good opportunity to make sure you get out there, get some tickets to support the show. And we'll see where things go over the next couple of years. But hope to see you guys out there for the Raptor and the Blue Angels when they're in town. So JS Radio says, gotta be closing the door. We're gonna be boarding soon. See you on the flip side. Hope you can get us taken off. That would be cool. I hope to get you taken off. I hope you guys have a safe flight down to Fort Lauderdale. And we'll do our best to try to get it with the battery here. A little bit of bad news just popped up. Air traffic control just switched the runways around. Inbound flights will be on the 6s. Next inbound flight is for 6 left. Our outbounds will be going on 6 right. So we are switching the runways around. I'm going to stay over here this time. The other day we moved for the Eastern 777. We'll stay over here this time. But the airport sounds like they're switching around. We'll have inbound flights on runway 6 left and outbound flights on runway 6 right.
Area of heavy precipitation, 12 o'clock, 10 miles, 8 miles an hour, eastbound. Did you want to go west of that, or would you like east of that? go. Thanks for heading. Proceed on course.
Yeah, I see the Frontier just made a sharp turn over Strongsville, switching to runway 6 left for our inbound flights. Unfortunately, from here, our arrivals will be pretty far away. We'll do the best we can. And I haven't shot a departure with this tripod over here yet, so that'll be interesting. We'll do the best we can to try to keep them in frame for you. Usually over here, I just hand shoot. Hand shoot, edit, and crop will hit her, right? Props and Pistons actually announced a new aircraft that'll be coming in. The HH-60 Pat Hawk will be attending the Props and Pistons Festival. It's a pretty cool aircraft. They did confirm the C-17 won't be there. It's a shame we won't see the C-17 at Props and Pistons this year. They have been recalled for operational reasons. But at least we'll see the HH-60 and the F-16 and a bunch of aerobatic demos. It'll still be a nice show down at Akron Fulton. See, the Frontier in the background is pushing back. That's flight 3916 in the background. Colorado, the Bighorn Sheep, heading to Orlando.
Okay, so we got some now. We proceeded. Thank you.
And taking a look at our weather as things kind of darken off to our west, I think the next cell may hit us. A little cell over by Elyria. The heaviest stuff, though, is definitely to the north of us. Moving through London, Ontario, we'll be heading over towards Toronto. So the airport is turning around for us. We're on the 6s now. Airport's pretty empty right now. Outside of the 3 Frontiers we have off to the left, we have 3 Delta connection CRJs next to the Delta 737. And then way on the other side, I see a couple of United tails, but not too much on the ground right now. Guardians are up 5-0. Top of the 6th inning, but looks like the Diamondbacks have the bases loaded. Over in downtown, they were delayed a little bit due to the weather, but looks like they got the game going again down at Progressive Field. Jacobs Field downtown. Frontier inbound for runway 6 left. So we'll try our best to pick that aircraft up here in a second.
Maybe take Juliet 5, short of Lima.
Wanted to kind of grab a drink there for a second. Sorry about that in between flights. Frontier just touched down, rolling here to the end of runway 6 left. The other Frontier, the one heading to Orlando, is taxiing out.
You'll see company, I'm going to just have you give way to them. There's Juliet 5, so make your left turn onto Lima, opposite direction of you, and then continue your taxi.
There's Colorado, the Bighorn Sheep. And they're on their way to Orlando. Probably going to hold for company to taxi through. We got a couple of Frontier aircraft over there, a couple of A321 Neos. Or A321s, I guess it is a Neo. Powder to Polar Bear, he can't be very happy. Here on a 75-degree day here in northeastern Ohio. I want to know when they're going to send him somewhere nice and cold. He looks pretty hungry up there, though. Not sure I'd wanna get in his way. He looks pretty hungry. So we did just turn the airport around a couple of minutes ago. We're on the 6s now. Runway 6 left for our arrivals. Runway 6 right for our departures. So we'll be a little bit far away from the arrivals, but we'll do our best for the departures. Got about 25% left in the battery, so we'll try to stay live as long as we can. And then I'll try to, if the Frontier flight doesn't leave in the stream, we will just probably try to record it and then I'll send it over to you. It is getting dark to the west. We got some showers moving in, so we'll keep an eye on that as well. Really, so far, we've been pretty lucky today. It's done a pretty decent job of staying dry. Someone just went into a ground stop. I didn't catch who it was. Something to keep an eye on. Don't see anything circling for New York. It's like a German Air Force A319 is moving into Washington Dulles. I was just kind of seeing if anything was circling down there either, but I don't see anything. So far everything looks pretty normal. For us, American 650 is over the lake. Our next inbound flight about 12 minutes out. Southwest 3887 out of Phoenix is 20 minutes out. United 2172 out of Newark is 39 minutes out, 737-900. And American Eagle 4909 out of Chicago is 35 minutes out. So kind of a quiet afternoon, quiet Sunday up here at Hopkins Airport today. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. We're doing our best to try to make it lively for you. Even through the rain and through some of the delays. A lot of flights are delayed though with some of the weather that's going on. D Mescal 7590 is here. Says, I work there, hashtag ramp life. Well, thank you for all that you do. Being outside and sometimes not the nicest weather. Hope you're having a great day today. Again, I always feel bad for you guys, especially in the winter. I've been up here doing live streams when it's about 15 degrees out, freezing, knowing I could go inside whenever I want, and you guys are out there dealing with the weather and the rain, the sleet. So thank you guys for all that you do. Delta's sitting at the gate. They've had their lights on for a while. The strobes have been blinking the entire time they've been over there. Waiting on Frontier to take the runway. Frontier. Flight 3916 on their way to Orlando. Should be taking the runway now. Heading on a runway 6 right. Sorry about that, I knocked over my water bottle. I wanted to pick it up before it spilled. So I have never filmed with this tripod a departure on this side. We'll see how this goes. It's been a long time since I filmed a departure on this side. Looks like they're about to move the Frontier that's came in from Cancun, sitting at Alpha 9 or Alpha 11, moving that aircraft off the gate. Meanwhile, Frontier heading down to the House of the Mouse, Orlando International Airport, down in Central Florida. And into the clouds goes Frontier. Yeah, this guy's had their beacon on pretty much the entire time they've been sitting there. Delta Connection Flight 3581 CRJ 900 heading over to Detroit. SkyWest operated flight should be pushing back here soon. A couple of other aircraft we should see push back soon should be American Eagle Flight 5129 over to Philadelphia. A repositioning flight for Republic Airways, Flight 9933, will be heading over to Pittsburgh. And then hopefully soon we'll see Frontier 3452 over the Fort Lauderdale JS Radios flight. Hopefully we'll see pushback soon. Frontier 3567 I see is pushing back. I'm not sure if it's pushing back to go to Dallas or if it's pushing back to be moved to a different gate. It's been sitting on the customs gate Alpha 11 for a while. So it came in from Cancun. American 650 should be our next inbound flight. Just kind of taking a look to see where we are at with everything. 5:27 estimated departure time for Frontier 3452 to Fort Lauderdale. We'll be close on the battery, but we'll do our best to try to catch that. If not, I'll get you with the other camera. American 650 about to turn final for runway 6 right. Looks like a Gulfstream G100 just took off out of Mansfield. Don't think it's coming our way though. Robert Morris says, going from an iPhone to this, congratulations. I've been following you since the beginning. Keep it going. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Just a little over 5 years ago, during all the lockdowns from COVID, actually it's probably a little longer than that, but really about 5 years ago, I started posting on this channel. Nothing else really to do. Everything was shut down. And so I just had a bunch of videos on my phone from coming up here. Like if something cool were to come in, I'd try to just come up and get it on my phone. So I had all these videos. I'm like, what do I do with them? And so I just put them on YouTube really as kind of a library, so I would have them. Never thought anybody would watch them. And then got a little bit of a following, so just kind of started doing it more and more. I was working 100% remote at the time, so I was able to bring my computer, hook up to my wireless hotspot, and watch planes while I was working, which I know that sounds crazy, but I had a coworker that used to go to the beach. So there was one day she was training me on something from the beach. So that was back in the remote days. Kind of started just posting videos when I had a chance, which really has been good for me. I was a band director, but I was also kind of shy. So it kind of forced me to get out of my shell a little bit. Really didn't like to talk to people, really didn't like to do much. Really didn't like to go anywhere by myself, and it forced me to learn to travel by myself and do things by myself. My wife could care less about this stuff. She's got a lot of other interests, but she's not into traveling and aviation and whatnot. So if I wanted to go somewhere, it was do it myself. And she's been on a couple of trips with me, but mostly it's been kind of do it myself. And it's been great. I've got to meet a lot of great people and see a lot of great things and do things I never thought I would do, and it's been really cool. So, but thank you guys all so much for your support. Never thought that never thought I'd get 10 subscribers, let alone almost 59,000. So thank you for your support. It really does mean a lot. Got to get the Instagram to grow. It's been kind of stuck at about 4,300 for a while. So I need to get more followers on my Instagram channel, my Instagram page. But I know part of that was because I would post screenshots and whatnot from the videos. They probably weren't the best photos. Now I do actual photography and all that, but You know, certainly have learned a lot. But starting from a phone, going to live streams and going to all that, it's been pretty cool. Mike says, always look forward to your live streams. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. D. Maskell says, we just hang out under the APU exhaust. That sounds like a good place in the winter. Probably a pretty steamy place to be in the summer. But hey, you got to do anything you can to stay warm, right? But thank you again for what you do. Mark's asking if Frontier is a 321 Neo, and it is a Frontier 321 Neo. Both of them are over there. We got Hamber the Condor and Finn the Oceanic White-Tipped Shark. Both sitting over there. Ramp life is actually pretty easy. We have both a 320 and 321 CEO and Neo. I haven't done it, but I hear CRJs are no fun to load, so probably not so bad for the big jets. But a lot more bags, I guess, too. I've always thought it'd be a fun job. If I could do it like on weekends or something like that, I would absolutely apply to do it. I think it'd be a lot of fun. But I know a lot of those companies are seniority based and they want open availability, and I don't really want to leave my job at this point. I mean, I'm pretty lucky with my job. So I really couldn't take the pay cut to do it full time. But if I could do like weekends or something like that, I think it'd be a lot of fun. Frontier is taxiing out for Dallas. And it is definitely getting dark up here. The rain is moving closer and closer, as we have yet another shower expected to move through. We've been lucky today. It's supposed to be pretty much a washout, and we've been pretty lucky today. American 650 rolling out on 6 left just came in from LAX. Not really easy to see the arrivals from here since they switch runways, but at least we can catch them as they roll out. There's the American. 737-800. I see the CRJ heading to Detroit in the background.
Mike's approach is to maintain 3,000.
Taxi in front of the IX Center. It used to be one of the largest convention centers in the world. Now sits empty as it closed back in March. Waiting to see what the future is for that building. They want manufacturing in there. I guess we'll see what happens. A lot of aircraft holding over here. Frontier will be heading out. We got American Eagle in the background. It's like American must have paid the air traffic controllers off more. They're going to go first to Philadelphia. Just kidding. They don't pay them off. Heading to Philly. The American Eagle in the background. Delta Connection heading out on 6 right over for Detroit. A CRJ 900.
And probably about 15 to 20 minutes prior to that, we just called just to deal with that. When we get down to that, pull all the way down to 10 feet, that's pretty way up there. And on Lima sequence behind Frontier off your right.
And as the CRJ heads out, we got an E-175 lining up. I think this might be the American Eagle flight repositioning over the Pittsburgh. And I apologize if I'm shaky over here. It's been a while since I've recorded departures from this side. Usually when we're on the 6s, I'm on the other side.
3581, 7 departure, ready to contact. While you stay in 14,000.
I think this is the Pittsburgh flight because he is going straight up into the clouds. Now the American Eagle is sitting on pad 7 and Frontier is going to go in front of it. So the check must have bounced. Now they're putting Frontier back in front of it. That was the American Eagle flight that's repositioning over the Pittsburgh, an empty E-175. So Frontier is going to go next. They're heading to Dallas. American CRJ will be heading over to Philadelphia. Flight 5129 for the American Eagle. Another Delta connection, CRJ flight 4975 should be pushing back soon for JFK. Down to 14% on the battery. Really hoping that we get JS Radio's flight on the live stream for you. The delayed Frontier A321 Neo heading down to Fort Lauderdale. They dealt with a lot of weather today, but hoping to get that on the stream. If not, I'll record it with the other camera. But was hoping to get that on the stream today. They have an ETA of 5:27 departure time, so hopefully we're able to catch that. Southwest Airlines 3887, 737 inbound from Phoenix, about 4 minutes out. It's like Gulfstream G500 following them. I wonder if it's coming in. I would assume it is because it's on the same path as American Eagle 4909 out of Chicago. So Frontier about to take the runway on their way to Dallas. Watching the Delta 737 get gassed up over here for the flight back to Atlanta. The Gulfstream is going to Cuyahoga County, it sounds like, so not coming in over here to Hopkins. Hudson Aviation is here today. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here. Guardians won 5-0 today. Finally broke their losing streak. But the offense broke out today and the pitching did well. Trade deadlines tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. What moves the Guardians decide to make. Big move yesterday. The Tigers traded Tarek Skubal. We're at 89 likes. Only need 11 more to get to 100. So hit that like button down below. And we're 5 subscribers away from 59,000. So thank you guys all so much. Hit that like button. Just need 5 more to hit the subscribe button. We'll hit 59,000. Which is unbelievable. Thank you so much. 11 more likes, 5 more subscribers to get to 100 likes on the video and 59,000 for the channel for this. So who wants to be subscriber number 59,000 today? It's like Frontier's taking the runway. So we'll go ahead and we'll get them on stream.
They did just change runway 6. Let me just make sure they're advertising it. And number 3, Mike, you said 24, 713 or 6? Yeah, that would be verify with them. Actually, 550 contact center 120.776. Rate 92 Mike Mike, and report I marked in place in the air on this frequency on the ground via the rest frequency. Change to advisor for super.
And into the clouds frontier goes.
Flight 35, 57, 3,300, economy in the data. Flight 35, 67, 7 approach, ready contact, while maintain 14,000. 14,000, frontier flag, 35, 67.
American Eagle holding short for Philadelphia. That'll be our next outbound flight. Southwest on final for runway 6 left. Can't quite see it because of the tree. 4 more subs I got you, says Fatal Swoop. Well, thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Marcus is here from Germany. Well, I hope you're having a great night tonight. Southwest is rolling out. J-Ro here as well. Thank you so much for being here. They switched runways on us about a half hour ago. So this spot is not really good for arrivals. But I didn't want to cut the stream and drive over to the other side. We did that the other day for the Eastern, but we don't have anything quite like that today. It is starting to rain again up here. We'll see how that goes. A nice light rain is falling. There's Southwest, just came in from Phoenix. From the Valley of the Sun to the mist and rain of northeastern Ohio. Well, as Southwest rolls back, we have some good news. JS Radio was with us on the stream earlier today. A flight attendant on the Frontier flight that's pushing back. They were delayed due to weather, but they are moving. We've got the whole crew waving out the back door a little bit ago. Pushing back for Fort Lauderdale. So there's the A321neo, Finn, the Oceanic White-Tip Shark, pushing back. Flight 3452 to Fort Lauderdale, so it looks like we will be able to get this aircraft on the stream today. So how cool was that to actually talk to a member of the crew as they were delayed this afternoon due to weather. But they're pushing back for their flight to Orlando, or their flight to Fort Lauderdale. So I hope you and your crew have a great flight and have fun down there in the absolutely beautiful Fort Lauderdale area. I did a day trip down there a couple of years ago when WestJet still had their Disney liveries. And I had caught the Mickey Mouse livery when I was down in Houston for like a job interview I did. And so I wanted to get both of them, and I knew they were going away, so I worked with one of my co-workers to take a day off. So I flew to Fort Lauderdale. I think I left at like noon. Flew down there with my work computer, got the WestJet, got a few other aircraft, and then flew back up here. I was only gone, I think I was back here by like 10 or 11, but I got what I wanted down there, and it was really beautiful. They switched the weather was beautiful, the area was beautiful, and they switched the runways around, so we got the inbound came in right in front of me, and then they turned it around and the outbound went out in front of me. So One of my all-time favorite catches. I want to get back to Fort Lauderdale. Flew on Spirit on that flight, which is no longer an option, of course, but had a great time down there. I'd love to go back down there. Maybe this winter as a day trip. If you haven't been to Fort Lauderdale, if you want to go down and photograph airplanes, that's a great airport. They don't get a lot of heavies and whatnot, but they have a special photographer area on their parking garage that is right by the runways, and it's just absolutely beautiful with the lighting and everything. It looks like it's pouring down at the end of the runway now. So just watching the weather down on the arrival end of 6 left. So it looks like that rain is coming. Have some light rain falling here now. American Eagle holding short due to weather in Philadelphia, says Christian. Yeah, definitely some weather on the East Coast. I was wondering if we might see any diversions today, but we haven't seen anything that heavy, I think. We might see some later today. UAL Kingpin is here from the Houston area. We hope you're doing well. Thank you for being here. I love Houston. George Bush Airport, great airport to spot. That's a good barbecue in there too. So I hope to make the trip down there. I may go for the air show if everything works out financially. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. DC tapped me out, so I gotta get caught back up. Need Frontier to go. We're down to 7 minutes on the encoder, or 7% on the encoder for the battery, so. Definitely going to be close, but it looks like they're taxiing. Again, we're following this Frontier flight because we had a member of the crew, one of their flight attendants, was on the live stream earlier today. The whole crew was waving out the back door of the A321neo. They got delayed due to weather, but they're on their way to Fort Lauderdale. Like Delta Connection CRJ is joining the American Eagle down there.
Now 2212, about 4 minutes for this side.
If the encoder dies, we'll just record it and I'll just send it over. But I'm hoping to get it on the live stream.
Light traffic, Cobra Clock, 5 miles, 20 but northbound Skyhawk, I'm at 2000.
Starting to rain again up here. I'm sorry about that.
2172, can you accept the heading of 2905?
We're just trying to pull up the radar to see what we're dealing with. Definitely got some showers, more showers moving through.
I-24901, Cleveland departure, ident, altimeter 2971.
According to what I see, we're at 98 likes, so just need 2 more likes to hit 100 today.
901 radar contact, 1 mile north, Lakefront Airport, traffic, 1 o'clock, mile and a half, southbound.
And we're at 58,998 subscribers, just need 2 more to get to that 59,000 subscriber mark. So if you haven't done so already, hit that like button down there, hit that subscribe button, see if we can get to 59,000 subscribers during our live stream today. The rain is beginning to fall, starting to pick up a little bit. I see it down to the west. Looking over behind the IX Center, also looking behind the Aviator restaurant here, getting kind of dark. So we're gonna wrap things up here pretty soon, down to only 5% on the encoder. Watching this Frontier A321neo heading to Fort Lauderdale as they get ready to go. Delta is going to get ahead of the American Eagle. American Eagle out to Philadelphia, delayed to 6:20 now. They're going to be in the penalty box. 6:20.
191, I'm going to maintain 6,000.
Due to weather on the East Coast, heading to Philly. So they're sitting down there on pad 7. Someone asked me in a comment the other day, I need to go back and respond to it. What is the penalty box? Well, the penalty box isn't really a thing. It's just kind of a joking nickname for it. But, so sometimes if an airplane has clearance to taxi, like, but for something comes up and they're not able to leave right away, like let's say there's weather, let's say there's a clearance issue, something happens. Instead of sitting down at the end of the runway, they'll have them pull off on one of the pads. So we have a few pads around the airport that are used for aircraft parking. One of them is what's called pad 7, and it's down towards the arrival in the runway 6 right. So it's kind of behind like Mozilla and MCPC, a couple of businesses that are on the other side of the IX Center. Just a pad, they park them over there. United actually uses it for engine runs sometimes. But they just park them over there basically to get them out of the way while they're working out whatever their holdup is. So it's just basically a place to park and wait while they're sorting things out, whether it's an aircraft issue or a clearance issue, weather issue, whatever it might be. Just basically gets them out of the way. So they're not sitting at a gate, but they're also not you know, sitting on in the taxiway in everyone's way or something like that. So there's the American Eagle CRJ. But since I'm a hockey nerd, to me, being put off to the side like that and made to wait is like sitting in the penalty box in hockey. So that's why I call it the penalty box. Just kind of a joke. Frontier's going to get a wet departure here. That'll be flight 3552 heading to Fort Lauderdale, down to only a couple 3% on the battery. Hopefully we make it. So UL Kingpin's asking if we could see the United hangar from here. We certainly can. It's just on the pretty much directly across from you on the other side of the airport. Right over there through the rain. That is our United hangars, a maintenance base for 737s over there. And if you look closely, behind the United logo, it still says Continental. Jeff got to see a Chinook out of Canton heading up towards Burke on Friday. That would have been pretty cool. I want to get some good footage of the Chinooks out of Akron Canton. They're definitely a lot of fun to watch. They come over and terrify me sometimes. They make the whole house shake when they come in. American Eagle on hold till 6:20. I don't know if you can see where it says Continental behind the United name, but this was a Continental hub for many, many years. After the merger, it became a United hub, and then United closed it back around like 2014, I think it was. They're still the primary airline here. We still have a lot of flights on United out of Cleveland. And we still have a maintenance base and a crew base here. So we have a 737 pilot base, a flight attendant base for United, and a maintenance base. So we see a lot of United 737s come through. Still waiting on that Stars and Bars livery. Waiting on Frontier 34, what did I say it was? 3452, heading to Fort Lauderdale. They're almost down to the end of the runway now. Should be turning onto the runway for their flight to Fort Lauderdale. That'll be the last aircraft we get on the live stream today, as we are getting low on battery. But thank you guys all so much for your support. It really does mean a lot. Hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. And again, if you haven't done so already, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button down below. We hit 59,000 subscribers, so thank you so much for your support. If you're the 59,000, thank you so much. If you're subscriber number 1, thank you so much. Really appreciate everyone's support. It's hard to believe.
4901, would you like to report temperature time if you want to continue near the shoreline?
Hard to believe for sure. It blows my mind, some of the support that I've got over the years watching airplanes. So thank you guys so much. And we hit over 100 likes now, so thank you so much. Actually shows 109. We're down to 1% on the encoder. It's going to be really close as Frontier takes the runway.
2172, 3 miles from Beetle.
So hopefully we're able to get him on the stream.
Localizer, cleared island, only 6 left.
But if not, we'll at least record it and send him over. But thank you guys so much for your support. If the stream dies on us, hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy. Follow me on Instagram at NickFliesMedia. And again, we got some heavies and some cool stuff coming in this week. So once those are coming in, I'll definitely let you guys know. But once this Frontier gets off the ground, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today, get out of the rain, get everything dried up. But thank you guys so much for your support. It really does mean a lot. I have a feeling we're not gonna catch this live, unfortunately, but we'll do our best. So we'll definitely get it recorded, but trying our best to catch it live.
Looks like you're turning to the left. You have a hard time maintaining heading.
They are delayed, so I have a feeling that air traffic control